Right, I have 2 more pages and I am done. Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings Readalong, and I can continue on my amazing video on Babylon. Obviously, my mouth is a little bit wet. You know when your mouth gets very watery when you're hungry. I'm fucking hungry. Hence why after this video, I'm gonna order a nice shawarma for myself. Nice 2 shawarmas and like two cans of Cokes for myself. Obviously, there's a shawarma shop here in Elmer that's amazing. Obviously, hence why I'm gonna miss Elmer a lot. There's a lot of good places in here in Elmer that I miss a lot. Obviously, him, said the landlord in an answering whisper, cocking an eye without turning his head. I don't rightly know. He is one of the wandering folk. Rangers we call him. He seldom talks, but not what we can tell a rare tale when he has a mind. He disappears for a month or a year, and then he pops up again. He was in and out pretty often last spring, but I haven't seen him about lately. What his right name is, I've never heard, but he's known around here as Strider. So Frodo and the hobbits are talking to the company. They're like, yeah, there's a ranger here who comes here and goes out and he comes back again. I'm saying, and he's known around here as Strider, obviously, which is Aragon, obviously. Goes about a great pace on his strong shanks, obviously. Though he don't tell nobody what causes he has to hurry. So rangers are pretty much like they're like what? They're like contract hunters. So Strider kills people for a living or something like that. He's a ranger, right? He's like, you know how you have hitmen or something like that. Rangers are some are like kind of like hitmen. Strider's kind of like he kills people for a living or something like that. He's a hunter. He hunts and he kills people. That's why he's an amazing fighter. He's a ranger, obviously, the Strider Ranger, right? I may be wrong. Lord of the Rings fans, if I'm wrong here, you gotta bear with me, right? Goes about at the great pace on his long shanks, though he don't tell nobody what cause he has to hurry. But there's no accounting for east and west, as we say in Bree, meaning the Rangers and the Shire folk. Begging your pardon, funny you should ask about him. But at that moment, Mr. Butterbur was called away by a demand for more ale, and his last remark remained unexplained. Obviously, so right, Frodo found that Strider was now looking at him, as if he had heard or guessed all that he had said. Presently, with a wave of his hand and nod, he invited Frodo to come over and sit by him. So Strider invites Frodo to sit by him. This is when they meet. This is when Frodo meets Strider for the first time, obviously. And Frodo drew near. He drew back his hood, showing a shaggy head of dark hair flecked with gray, and a pale, stern face, a pair of keen gray eyes. I am called Strider, he said in a low voice. I am very pleased to meet you, Master Underhill. If old Butterbur got your name right. He did, said Frodo stiffly. He felt far from comfortable under the stare of those keen eyes. Well, Master Underhill, said Strider, if I were you, I should stop your young friends from talking too much. Drink, fire, and chance meeting are pleasant enough, but while this isn't a shire, there are queer folk about. Though I say it as shouldn't, you may think, he added with a wry smile, seeing Frodo's glance, and there have been even stranger travelers through Bree lately. He went on, watching Frodo's face. Frodo returned his gaze but said nothing, and Strider made no further sign. His attention seemed suddenly to be fixed on Pippin. To his alarm, Frodo became aware that the ridiculous young Took, encouraged by his success with the fat mayor of the Mitchell Delvin, whatever it is, was now actually giving a comic account of Bilbo's farewell party. It was already given an imitation of speech, and it was drawing near to the astonishing disappearance. Frodo was annoyed. It was a harmless enough tale for most of the local hobbits. No doubt just a funny story about those funny people away beyond the river. But some old Butterbur, for instance, knew a thing or two and had probably heard rumors long ago about Bilbo's vanishing. It would bring the name of Baggins to their minds, obviously. So Butterbur heard rumors. So rumors of Bilbo vanishing from the Shire has spread to even Bree, obviously. As Butterbur has heard rumors, obviously. It would bring the name of Baggins to their minds, especially if there had been inquiries in Bree after that time. That's why I believe Frodo used the word Underhill, because the name of Baggins is famous within the lands, obviously, within the borders of the Shire. Hence why Frodo had to use a fake name to protect his mission, obviously. Frodo fidgeted, wondering what to do. Pippin was evidently much enjoying the attention he was getting, and had become quite forgetful of their danger. Frodo had a sudden fear that in his present mood he might even mention the ring, and that might well be disastrous. You had better do something quick, was whispered in his ear. Frodo jumped and stood on the table and began. Frodo jumped up and stood on the table and began to talk. The attention of Pippin's eyes was disturbed. Some of the hobbits looked at Frodo and laughed and clapped, thinking that Mr. Arnold had taken as much ale as was good for him. Frodo suddenly felt foolish and found himself, as was the habit when making his speech, figuring the things in his pocket. He felt the ring on his chain, so he's tempted to put the ring on again, right? Just like in the movie, right? And quite calmly, the desire came over him to slip it on and vanish out of the silly situation. It seemed to him somehow as if the suggestion came to him from outside, from someone or something in the room. He resisted the temptation firmly and clasped the ring in his hand as if to keep a hold on it and prevent it from escaping or doing any mischief. At any rate, he gave him no inspiration. He spoke a few suitable words, as he would have said in the Shire. We were all very much gratified by the kindness of your reception, and I venture to hope that my brief visit will help to renew the old ties of affection between the Shire and Bree. And then he hesitated and coughed. I'll stop there, obviously. So, so all you guys, Lord of the Rings fans, I read you 4 pages. What page am I on? I remember I was on 203 and I read 4 pages. I can just do the math tomorrow. So pretty much Frodo and them meet with the company, obviously, and then they see Strider in the inn, obviously, and Butterbird's like, that man's a ranger and all. That man's a ranger. He roams in and out and all that stuff, right? Then Strider looks at Frodo. He invites him over to come sit by him. Obviously, they discuss stuff, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And then Frodo hears Pippin talking, obviously, and then he hears Pippin speaking, obviously, and then Frodo is tempted to put the ring on, obviously. He's tempted to put the ring on, and that's pretty much what I read so far in Lord of the Rings. I'm giving you a very vague, brief details. You guys already know what the stories was. You can hear what I'm saying, obviously. And I told you, I'm not born with a big USB. And for me to really grasp the story very well, I have to read it multiple times. I told you, I have to read Lord of the Rings like 3, 4, 5 times to grasp the story very well. For me to grasp like 50% of the story, I have to read like 5, 6 times just to grasp 50% of the story. I'll never be in my lifetime be able to grasp 70, 80%. No way. Lord of the Rings is too complex for me, man. It's not complex. The world building is way too. It's too deep and too rich. Very, very rich, too deep, obviously. Whereas Xanus is a lot more easier story to follow. Even though the story is pretty complex and it's pretty rich too, it's a much easier story to follow than Lord of the Rings. Whereas Lord of the Rings is fucking crazy. You have all this stuff going on, obviously. And you're looking at an amazing book from my last Xanus book. You're looking at the best fantasy story ever told, man. And BJ will finally see what I mean when she reads my book, as well as you, World. Once you read my book, you're finally gonna be like, oh my god, I even wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, man. My book isn't perfect. You're gonna find a few flaws. Like, you're gonna find some flaws with the eagles. I don't really develop the eagles much. The crows are not really developed much. Eratan and Faful are pretty well developed, but they're not as developed as well as the humans. The human characters in my movie are a lot more developed than the animal characters. So if you want to say that's a flaw, I mean, Eratat's developed pretty well of a fool, but they're not as developed as the human characters. Hence why in the movie I'm gonna add more There's a good chance I'm gonna add more details. I might add a few more details with Eratan and Faful to make the story more interesting, obviously. My point is I wrote a masterpiece, but even though I wrote a masterpiece, you're gonna see flaws in my story. There's no story is perfect. You're gonna catch flaws in every story. Even Lord of the Rings has flaws. There's flaws even in the Lord of the Rings story too, obviously. Right? Now I'm gonna keep saying this, World. You better fucking enjoy this series. I know you guys are taking for granted. I know you guys are enjoying my very interesting series, obviously. You better enjoy all these videos I'm pumping out for you every day. You better fucking enjoy it. Because the countdown seriously ticking. Sometime in early November, I am making that final announcement. My wife will be joined for joy, and I will let my step parents know that I am done my book, and I need to get my book self-published. I need to get my book published, and I need their help. I'm gonna ask them sincerely, hey guys, I really need your help. I want to get my book self-published. I'm done my book. Tell them sincerely that within a good week or so, or within a couple of days, probably within a good week or so, they're gonna sit me upstairs. And I know what you guys are. You guys are gonna trap me with sharing your death. Even after causing that mess, because you guys are fucking wicked people and you're blind by your head. So even after causing mess in my life, you still wanted me to share, man. Because you guys are fucking crazy people. You're nothing but a fucked up mess we got made, man. You're morally wicked people, man. All you want to do is just destroy my relationship because of your envy. You're fucking evil people, man. I would never do that to you, man. But you guys I'm proving how wicked you guys are. You guys are wicked people, obviously. And once I find out how wicked you are, and I find out that you somehow think you have control of a relationship by having me share when it's none of your fucking business and no one gave you the right to control my relationship. You think you do because of your fucking crazy devil envy. I choose death and mock to my death. I cry my eyes out. I pay this fee. Obviously, you're gonna see me trying online, obviously. And those trends are gonna keep me going, obviously. And once I come from death and I pay my debt, and my wife can now see me, obviously. She's fresh, obviously. Obviously, you world got your mask from both Ivan and VJ. You got your bullshit sack from Ivan and VJ. Now Ivan and VJ are king. We let them live their life and leave us the fuck alone, man. I'm not kidding around, man. Once I'm king, my wife's king with me, leave me the fuck alone, man. Leave me alone. Let me live my life. You already caused enough chaos and mess in my life. Leave me the fuck alone. Let me live my life with my wife, obviously. Well, we can't, Ivan. Well, if you can't, then why did you make me pay this fee? Because you want to see her. Yeah, man. You could have done the right thing and not had me pay this fee. You could have easily had me in my free money, obviously, but you had me pay because you're selfish. You want to see me. See me have sex, your business, obviously. And all of a sudden, when I'm king, every day you're tuning into my fucking life obsessively for hours, looking at all the trends. I want to see Ivan and VJ. So if you can't leave me alone, just like as I make these videos, every day you guys secretly watch my videos, obviously. That you can't leave me alone, hence I'm worth the free money, and you keep bringing up that free money bullshit. Hence why I'm not going to do it like that. Once I'm king, I'm peacing out, and you're left behind. You're never going to hear from your wife ever again on this Sabotage 2 channel. I'm not kidding around. Once I'm king, my wife's king with me. Leave me the fuck alone. Mind your own fucking business. Whatever me and wife do in our personal life is none of your fucking business, obviously. Obviously, the only connection you're gonna get from your wife is the trends and the movies and docs. That's it. Our business life and the movies and docs. That's it. Everything to do with our personal life is none of your business. I'm not making any vlogs for you. I'm not making any videos for you on my Sabotage channel. Me and my wife are gonna live our life, and everything we do in our personal life is none of your fucking business, obviously. As you somehow think everything to do in our life is your business, because you're fucking crazy people, obviously. Ivan and VJ's sex life is our business. We want to see them have sex, as well as their personal life. We want to know every detail of their life when they're king. We know. Our life is none of your fucking business, just like your life is none of my business. Our life is none of your business. Once I'm king and queen, I'm piecing the fuck out. Leave us the fuck alone, and let us live our life. And hence you cause enough horror and mess in our lives. Now let us live our life and leave us the fuck alone, man. That's gonna be my response, obviously. As I'm piecing the fuck out my wife with this. I'm not kidding around. I am not gonna do. I know you guys are taking for granted, but you guys, look, man, you guys already know. You can see the future. You know, once I make that final announcement, I'm officially done my YouTube videos. I'm not making, even though making videos is fun, I am not going to do it like that. Once I make that final announcement, I am officially done. And while I pay this fee, I'll get a laugh out of my old videos and I'll watch movies. To what? I'll watch movies to keep me going. I'll be looking at what's really going to get me through is looking at the trends, obviously. That's what's really going to get me through this horrific process, obviously. And you chose to cause a mess in my life because you guys are wicked people. And because you guys know deep down you're wicked people. I know you guys outwardly think you're good, but deep down in your heart, you know you're wicked people after what you just married a wife. There's no way after what you just married a wife you can think you're a morally good person. You are not a good person. You're a wicked person, man. You're wicked people, man. You're very, very wicked. You're not just a little bit wicked. No, man. You're morally wicked people. Your heart is so evil. You guys have a morally evil heart, man. The fact that you did this to my wife, it shows what kind of heart you have. You don't have a good heart. You have a morally evil heart. You let your envy take over, and you did whatever you can to destroy me and my wife's relationship. At the same time, you also you lock the doors on me. You sabotage my channel. You act like VJ's not in my wife. You're willing to break every moral in the book, obviously, because you're crazy people, obviously. You act like I'm not God. And you also kill innocent man, and you don't talk to me in the public eye, and you think you're somehow a good person after doing all that. Because you guys are crazy, morally crazy people, obviously. You're fucking crazy people. I'm not kidding around. I remember that doctor, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I noticed how some people made fun of me because of my mental illness. Oh, Ivan's crazy and all stuff because of my mental illness and all stuff. I remember that one doctor. I'll never forget this. When I went to the hospital, right? She diagnosed me with psychosis. You saw her face. She's like, Ivan, it's like you have psychosis. I'm like, is psychosis a mental illness? She's like, yes, it's a mental illness. You saw she was acting like I'm the crazy. I'm look, man. You guys are 10 times crazier than me and my wife, man. You guys are fucking crazy psychopaths, man. You're crazy people. You know, Ivan, you have psychosis, and then yeah, you won't even let me be with my wife. I never even got to see my wife since birth, and you call me the crazy one. You call me the crazy one. You guys are 10 times crazy to me away. Hence why once I pay this fee, I'm gonna shut you guys up for good. You can't say shit after this, as I'm gonna prove how crazy, messed up, and psychotic you guys really are. Yeah, I even never even got to see his wife grow up. Yeah, man, I never even got to see my wife grow up. I never even got to have a high school sweetheart. Whereas all these Darcy people got to have their sweethearts and their girlfriends. Whereas I would have had that had you let me your wife, but because you guys are selfish, you want your full cake, obviously. We get to have our makeout sessions with our boyfriend and girlfriends and husbands, obviously. While we're doing all that, Ivan and VJ are separate and they can't. We don't want to be together. Because you guys are fucking crazy people. You want your full cake. You're selfish people. You make my relationship your business when it's none of your fucking business, man. It's your fucking crazy people. Yeah, man. Hence why I'm peacing on after this. And I'm going to prove how wicked and evil you guys really are. To the point why I'm going to shut you up for good. Right? And there's a reason why in the Bible it says the wicked are separated from God and are cast into hell. It's a symbolism of you guys. The wicked being separated from God is a symbolism of you being separated from me, wife's glory. You're left behind, obviously. Same time, you guys are going to see hell. You're never going to see me because you don't. I'm going to prove a point why you don't deserve to see me because you're morally wicked people, obviously. You're morally wicked people and you don't deserve to see me. You deserve to see hell because you're wicked people, obviously. You're very wicked people. You're not just a little bit wicked, you're very wicked people. As you have no idea how horrific this mess is, man. The mess is already bad enough. And after the mess, you want a virgin man to share with the whole world forever. You don't even see your evil, obviously. Destroying the relationship, obviously. And say at the same time you want what? You trap them with sharing your death. And you somehow think you're good after doing that. You guys are fucking evil, wicked people, man. You're morally evil, wicked people, man. You're nothing but a mess. There's a reason why VJ said, look at what a mess we made. Yeah, man. You guys are nothing but a fucking mess, obviously. In that song, she's like, look at what a mess we made. Yeah, VJ knows you guys are nothing but a fucked up mess and what I made, man. You're nothing but a mess. And you're crazy psychopaths, obviously. You're nothing but a fucked up mess and what I made, man. Hence why I'm peacing after this. And I'm not going to do like that. Obviously. What else is there to Babylon? I want to talk about that topic with VJ. Before I talk about that, though, when I pay his fee, obviously. Before I mention that way VJ knows I'm not playing around. Because I know VJ takes me for granted, man. I know she doesn't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can even tell VJ's a very stubborn chick. She doesn't listen. You know what I'm saying? I know every night when she cries at night, I tell her shut the fuck up. She doesn't listen, obviously. At the same time, I know while I'm making these videos, and I'm going to say my virginity, I know VJ's hooking out with men, obviously. She's hooking out with men. I know she has her business life, obviously. She's hooking out with men in her business life. But I also know she's hooking out with men in her personal life, too. I'm not fucking stupid, obviously. As I guarantee you, all those pictures that you see, whenever you see VJ with a man, you know what I'm saying, VJ taking a picture with a man or in a movie, chances are she hooked up with that guy. Guaranteed. Guaranteed she hooked up with him. Obviously. Right. The reason why I want to talk about this because I want VJ to know. I'm talking to you, VJ. I want you to know that. I want you to what? To finally what? To understand the pain that I'm going through. You don't understand the pain I'm going through. Hence why you take me for granted, obviously. Because no mess has happened in your life, you take me for granted, obviously. But once I pay this fee, you're finally gonna feel it, and you're no longer gonna take me for granted. Because I know you take me for granted, and it pisses me off. Sometimes I can hear her moaning and all that stuff. I'm not fucking stupid. I know you're hooking up with men behind the scenes, obviously. I know you have your business life, but I know you're also hooking up with men in your personal life. I'm not fucking stupid. You take me for granted, you know what I'm saying? Well, Ivan will never know, so I can get away with it, so I'll just hook up with this guy. That's why you hook up with so many men, because what? As long as Ivan never knows I can get away with it, hence I can hook up with all these men. Yeah. That's your logic, obviously. But while you're doing that, I'm saving my virginity for you, and I'm not doing anything. Once I pay this fee, it's finally going to hit your minds, and you're no longer going to take me for granted anymore. You're finally going to... Well, I mean no longer take you for granted. I mean you're finally going to feel the pain that I'm going through, as you don't understand the pain. Obviously. Right? Right? But let me keep saying this, though. Once me and your wife are king and queen, me and my wife will be trending every day. Hundreds of trends every day. Trending on what? Trending on Twitter. Twitter will be where all the Twitter is where all the trends happen. You have trends on Instagram too, but Twitter is where all the trends happen, obviously. Hence why I'm gonna create my own Twitter account. So when I'm king, I can see all the Twitter. My wife will obviously create her own Twitter because once VJ's queen with me, she'll no longer have access to her Hollywood Twitter account. She'll no longer have her team. You know what I'm saying? Have her Twitter account and stuff. VJ will now what? She will now be kept behind the scenes with me. Hence, for VJ to see the trend, she's gonna have to create her own Twitter. She can either use my Twitter account. I can either have her use. I can just have her use my. Hey VJ, I have my own Twitter account. You can just, here's my password. You can use my Twitter account if you want to. Or she can create her own fake Twitter account if she wants to, but I mean, she might as well just use my. Hey, look, VJ, you can use my Twitter account. That way you can log in and see all the trends. As I want to see all those trending pictures of me and my wife when I'm king, queen, obviously. It's fucking cool seeing me and my wife trending online, obviously. And you're looking at constant trends. Constant trends online, man. Look at something fucking crazy, man. Constant trends online would be my wife. When we go to Switzerland, hang out in Vancouver, Los Angeles, constant trends. When I meet, there's a good chance guaranteed me and my wife will be going to clubs. When we go to those clubs, me and my wife are gonna dance off the music and make out like crazy. You know what I'm saying? It looks something crazy. You're gonna see me and my wife dancing off the club, making out, having a good time. Look at Ian and VJ, like they're so intimate together. It's gonna be so bad that all the people in the club, even though they're gonna take pictures and videos, they're all gonna feel like shit, obviously. Because now Ian and VJ are celebrities or billionaires or living the life. They're the main show around the world. They're left out of that. It's a shitty feeling. At the same time, they're making out. They're intimate together. The perfect couple making out. They're gonna take their phones out and take pictures and videos. Especially when you see the videos. When you see videos of Ian and VJ making out and all stuff, you're gonna what? You guys are gonna feel like shit, obviously. Oh my god, look at Ivan and VJ, the perfect couple. They're making out. They're so intimate together. They're so good together. You know what I'm saying? Because it's weird seeing. The reason why you guys are gonna feel like shit, obviously, because me and my wife are the perfect couple. It's very weird seeing Ivan and VJ intimate together, making out, man. Making out hardcore at the club, man. Look at them. They're so intimate together. They're kissing and they're making out. You know what I'm saying? They're so intimate together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. This has been crazy. It'll be my wife, obviously. You're going to see me and her with a glowing beauty. Me with my beard. You know what I'm saying? Because high chance when I become king, that's when I'm going to start growing my beard, obviously. I'm going to start to grow I have a little bit of a beard now, but you can barely see it. When I make this video, you can barely see my beard, obviously. When I look in the mirror, I have a little beard growing here, obviously. But once I'm king, you're finally going to see me with my big beard. You're going to see me with my glowing eyes, my glowing skin. VJ with her glowing eyes, her glowing skin. And so just the update, hence me and my wife are going to look, it's the updated version of Ivan and VJ, obviously. The Ivan and VJ we saw when we were blind and envious of Ivan and VJ who were uglier, obviously. Ivan who didn't have his full-grown beard. He looked like a kid, he was fat. VJ who was trash. VJ who didn't have the glowing beauty, who didn't have the glowing skin. And all of a sudden, when I and VJ became queen, they have the glowing beauty. VJ has the glowing eyes. Ivan has the glowing eyes, the glowing skin. Ivan has his full-grown beard. They're billionaires. They're looking fly. You know what I'm saying? They're the perfect couple. They're trending online. They're main show around the world. They're making out of the club. Everyone feels like shit, obviously. Even the couples, I'm not kidding around. Even the couples who, because obviously when I go to the clubs, there's obviously be some couples. Even the couples in the club, whenever me and my wife are making out, even they're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna be looking like, man. It makes you feel what? You feel worthless, obviously. See what I'm saying? Because me and my wife are so special. We're so special that whenever people see us holding hands and making out and all that stuff, the relationship feels what? It feels like you feel like shit, and your relationship feels a bit what? You feel a bit worth. I'm not saying your relationship is worthless, but your relationship will feel a bit like worthless in a way. Like man, like I and VJ are so perfect together. They're so beautiful. Like fuck, man. It makes my relationship feel. It makes me feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're with your girlfriend, you feel like total shit, man. Because Iron and VJ are the main show. They're the perfect couple, and you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, man. That's how amazing of life. And you guys are gonna feel like shit, and you're gonna see those trends, man. With me and my wife, when we're at the club making out, it's been crazy. When we hang out, holding hands. Like, you know all those pictures of VJ when she was hanging out with Pearson? They were holding hands and hugging and all that stuff. You're gonna see a lot of pictures of that with me, with Ivan and VJ. VJ hugging me, you know what I'm saying? VJ hugging me, VJ, me and her kissing. I'm barely gonna be kissing her in the public. I'm not comfortable. I'm not gonna be kissing VJ that much in the public. I prefer. To do all the private stuff at home. You know what I'm saying. When I'm at the club and I'm getting drunk, I don't mind making out there. Obviously, I also want to make out there to rub it in your faces. As you guys get what you fucking deserve. You cause mess in my life, as I'm also gonna rub it in your face, man. I'm gonna kill you with kindness, obviously. And me and VJ are gonna fucking kill you with fucking kindness, obviously. Hence why I want to rub it in your face, obviously. Don't hate me, obviously. That's a bit evil. Look, man. I'm killing you with kindness. I'm gonna take my wife, live my life. You see me and her making out at the club. If you don't like it, that's too bad. You feel like shit. You get what you fucking deserve. You cause mess in my life, as I'm also gonna cause mess in your life too. Hence, I kill you with kindness, obviously. Yeah, even just like you killed me, I also killed you. I didn't physically kill you, but I killed you emotionally. I killed you guys emotionally by what? By you being left behind, and I kill you with kindness. I take my wife. I'm living the multiple life with my wife, and you guys are all left behind. You're all gonna feel like shit, man. When I mean like shit, even those Hollywood celebrities, all those men who already banged my wife, they already know what it's like to have sex with VJ, obviously. Even they're gonna feel like shit. They're gonna be like, man, look at Ivan and VJ. They're so intimate together. They're the perfect couple. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Look at Ivan and VJ. Even the men in Hollywood who bang VJ will feel like total shit. They're gonna be like, man, look at Ivan and VJ. They're so intimate. The reason why they're gonna feel like shit. Two reasons. One is because they got rip off sex from VJ. They got ripped off, obviously, because I set the whole thing up. Even though you banged my wife, you got rip off sex, obviously. The VJ they got was a VJ who was trash. Which is fucking gross. Yeah, even though we banged VJ, we got stinky, fishy, disgusting sex, which is fucking disgusting. And VJ was fucking trash, and VJ's spirit ran away, hence they got ripped off, obviously. They know that. You guys know what I'm talking about. You got ripped off, obviously, hence I set the whole thing up. And another thing is, the VJ that Ivan's with now was the update VJ. It's the VJ who's more beautiful with the glowing beauty. Because the VJ you're seeing now is fucking gorgeous. She's fucking beautiful. She's fucking hot, obviously. Fucking sexy, obviously. But if you think this VJ that you're seeing now is sexy, the one with the glowing beauty is gonna be even more sexy. And she's gonna have the glowing eyes, the glowing skin. You guys know what I'm talking about. You can see the future. The Ivan you see now is the Ivan in the future will be the Ivan who's a lot more sexy. With his growing beard, the glowing eyes. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you guys are gonna be so shocked. Oh my god, is this even the same Ivan? Is this even the same VJ? Because Ivan and VJ look so different with the glowing beauty. Yeah, man. Me and VJ are gonna look different with the glowing beauty. I'm gonna look a lot different with my beard. I've never seen Ivan with his full grown beard before. Yeah. And all those celebrity women who I had sex with, they're also gonna feel like shit too. Look at Ivan and VJ so intimate together. You know what I'm saying? They're the perfect couple. And celebrities never feel like shit. Celebrities live the life all the time. They suppose live the life, right? Celebrities live the life all the time. Give me a second. I'm gonna shut the door. Sorry if you hear the laundry room. You might hear the laundry machine going on, laundry scene on, right? Hey man, all those Hollywood celebrity women, even they're gonna feel like shit too. They're gonna when you see, and Hollywood celebrities never feel like shit because Hollywood celebrities are famous. They supposedly live the life right. They're rich. Even guys, when I meet guys, even like man, even guys like Justin Bieber, Drake, you know what I'm saying? Kendall Jenner, these famous celebrities, I'm saying, Selena Gomez. All these, think about it. Hollywood celebrities live their life. They suppose live their life, right? They're rich, obviously, they're famous. They never feel like shit, obviously. They all have attractive wives and girlfriends and boyfriends on the outside, right? They all have attractive wives, husbands, girlfriends, and boyfriends on the outside, obviously, right? You know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? They're all living a life. They never feel like shit. Once they see pictures of me and my wife holding hands, dancing on. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see Ivan. You're gonna see me dancing it off in the what? Dancing off the club. You're gonna see VJ dancing off in the club. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time. Yeah, guaranteed. When I go to Los Angeles, there's a high chance I'm gonna check out a club there. When I go to Vancouver, I heard Vancouver has good clubs. I'm also gonna check out clubs in Vancouver. Hey VJ, I want to go clubbing with you in Vancouver when we stay at that luxury hotel. We plan skies for 2 months. We plan our personal stuff and plan skies, obviously. We'll be checking out clubs, obviously. And guarantee when I go to those clubs, me and her are going to be making it out, obviously. Because me and her are fucking inseparable, man. We're intimate, man. We're very intimate together, obviously. And you're going to see how... So think about this. Those Hollywood men who banged VJ, they already had sex with her, obviously. Even they're still going to feel like shit, obviously. Those Hollywood women who had sex with me, even they're going to feel like shit. Once they see me and wife together and they see me and her making out the club, the celebrities are all going to feel like shit, obviously. And celebrities never feel like shit because they're living a life, they're famous, they're supposed to live in life, right? They're famous, they're rich, they all have hot girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? Hot wives, hot husbands on the outside, you know what I'm saying? They all have hot what? They all have attractive couples in Hollywood, obviously. And even those attractive couples are gonna feel like shit when they see me and my wife making out, obviously. Because me and my wife are the perfect couple, obviously. They're gonna feel like shit, like, man, look at Ida and Vija, they're so intimate together, they're so good together, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And all those people from Darcy are all gonna feel like shit too. There's all those guys who I saw making out with their girlfriends in Darcy, at the dance, in the lockers, all that stuff, at prom, making out. All those very guys where I never had a high school sweetheart. I would have had a high school sweetheart had you not set me with my wife. That's why you guys pissed me off so much. I would have fucking had a high school sweetheart. You guys are fucking selfish people, obviously. Once they see me making out my wife, they're now going to feel like shit. Because now, oh my god, look at Ivan. He's a multi-billionaire now. He's king. He's the main showrunner. He's making out with his hot-ass wife, man. You know what I'm saying? Because VJ will be fucking gorgeous, obviously. With the glow. You guys already know. You can see Future. VJ will be fucking smoking hot with the glowing beauty, man. She's going to be smoking hot with the glowing beauty. It's an updated version, an upgrade version of herself, obviously. So the VJ you see now is fucking hot, obviously. She's fucking attractive. But it's a veiled version of VJ. Whereas a VJ with the glowing beauty, with the glowing eyes and glowing skin, you know what I'm saying? The VJ who's a billionaire, that's the VJ who's the updated version of VJ. The Ivan who has his full beard, the glowing eyes, glowing skin, that's the Ivan who's white, who VJ gets, obviously. And I set the whole thing up, obviously. Yeah, even though if you want to touch my wife and cause mess with my wife, I set the whole thing up. The VJ you're going to get is the VJ who doesn't have the glowing beauty. The VJ you're going to get is the VJ who's trash. You know what I'm saying? The VJ Ivan gets is the VJ who has a glowing beauty. The VJ Ivan gets is the VJ who's fresh, man. Who's fresh, obviously, and who has a glowing beauty. And the VJ Ivan gets is what? Is the Ivan VJ gets is the Ivan who has his full-grown beard. The Ivan who has the glowing beauty too, the glowing skin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. As me and her will be looking fucking hot, man. Fucking smoking hot, man. Oh my god, look at I and VJ, the perfect couple. Yeah, man. You're gonna see us together. Oh my god, look at I and VJ making out at the club, hanging out downtown. Give me a second.